My name is Grownups. I'm an Irish Paralympian, a 1500-meter runner. I have an eye condition that is called retinopathy. When I was growing up, I did everything. I could climb trees, drive bikes. I have always tried the things that I wanted to try. I always loved the PE classes, but I never did any specific sport. The PE teacher came up to me one day and said, Greta, maybe you'd be interested in joining Paralympics. Then all the talks about Rio 2016 Paralympic Games started. For 3 years, I was training and focusing on that goal, and I was lucky enough that I was selected. This is mascot for Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. I named it Tom. Rio, for me, was amazing. I remember when the final was on and you enter the stadium and it's electric. That is the feeling that you can't describe, and you know that it's only 1 in 4 years. I was very nervous, and the camera came up to me, and then I smiled and waved, and because I was so happy to be there.
Makite, a 4th place finish for her in this final.
After I crossed the finish line, I was so happy because I knew that I put everything what I could into that race. I was preparing for the Tokyo Paralympic Games this summer, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I was disappointed a bit at the start, but then I thought that I need to keep going and I need to keep active and keep training, because now I get to compete at the homeschool Hoop Olympics. Oh, no. Yes! Yes! And I'm going to win.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Davey and I'm a firefighter. So being a firefighter is something I always wanted to do. So I said I'd just complete the application and thinking it'd be a good experience. If any other jobs came up down the line, and ended up getting the job and haven't looked back really. And I also play Gaelic for Dublin. I don't know, it's just something I suppose when I was younger I just picked up. I was always, if I ever seen an ambulance or a fire brigade, I'd always be very interested in what was going on, and so it's just that interest came from when I was younger. If anyone got ever injured on a pitch, I'd always be the first one going over to see if there was anything I could do to help, and I suppose it's just really to be able to provide that bit of comfort and support and to help someone in their time of need. It's just something that I really enjoy, and it's a nice position to be in, to be able to help someone when they're in trouble. I think I'm very lucky to be in a position where I am in my dream job. I love every day I go into work. The job is so varied, so from day to day you kind of don't know what you're going to be dealing with, but that's kind of what I love about it, just the not knowing of today when you're going in. I suppose it's not a traditional job that females tend to go into, but I think that's definitely starting to change. There's plenty of females in the job in the airport, and even when I was doing my paramedic training with Dublin Fire Brigade, I think there was 8 or 9 females that had done their fire training. So I think to see so many more girls getting involved, I think it's fantastic, and look, it's a career that I love, and I definitely encourage anyone that's interested in it to go for it, and definitely don't be telling anyone girls can't do it. It's not a job for a girl not to listen to them. If that's what you want and that's something you dream of doing, then don't let anyone stop you. I started playing in the nursery camp in Scares about 5 years of age. There was no girls team at the time, so I would have played with the boys up until about the age of the under-12s. And I got to a situation now with the club that you get a girls team up and running, or else I'm going to have to move club to keep playing. Thankfully we got a girls team up and running, and I think the female section now is nearly bigger than the men's at this stage. It's really gone from strength to strength, and it's just fantastic to see that. Just like fire, John O'Leary would have taken over the senior team, so I was only 14 at the time going into the setup, and I suppose being so young I was very intimidated by it. Like, even though the girls were absolutely brilliant and helped me settle into the team, but I was probably just a bit overwhelmed playing 16s minor and then senior. Obviously it's very intimidating at a young age to come into a setup that you're not used to. Martina Farrell was the captain at the time, and she was so lovely and just helped me settle in and just keeping an eye on me. I would have been 15 then, playing in my first All-Ireland quarter-final against, I think it was Donegal back in 2004, so it's been a long time on the road now. It's definitely been a roller coaster of a journey, I suppose, over the past couple of years. At one stage we would have lost 3 All-Irelands in a row to Cork, and I think a lot of the players would have been debating whether they would have continued their journey with Dublin, but Mick Bowen took over then, and I suppose the rest is history, and what he's come and done for the team has just been amazing. I suppose we're very lucky that when we go to training, we're going out, we're playing with our friends, and we're having so much fun and enjoying it, and we've just been very lucky with the success that we've had on top of it as well. I think the past couple of years it's definitely got so much more recognition. You've seen the attendance figures at games, the amount of younger girls playing now. I suppose it's great for them to have role models to look up to. So many young girls, there's so many role models now that they can look up to, even look at Katie Taylor. So she's a perfect role model for younger girls to have. Sport for women is definitely changing, and people are definitely looking at it differently. I think the 1 in 2 girls before the age of 13 will drop out of team sports, and girls are 3 times more likely to drop out of sports compared to boys. I know for me, I probably wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for my involvement in sports, and even with my career with Dublin has helped me so much in my career with my job as a firefighter. So many of the skills that I've picked up on the pitch, like teamwork, leadership, communication skills, are all the assets that I use as a firefighter. And even, I think that one of the main things as well is the friendships I've developed over the years with Dublin. The girls that I would have started playing back in 2004, so they're some of my very best friends now. You know, so I think just the friendships that you make out of sports and the memories is just very important. And like I said, the life skills that you develop from sports as well, so it's really important to kind of keep girls involved. It's so important to keep the mind active and to be getting out and going out for a run. We all know the benefits of exercise, the happy endorphins that it releases and how good it is for your mood. And that's always something I say. A lot of girls, I think, when they're coming up to exams, they drop out of sport to try and focus on their studies, which I think is one of the worst things they can do. The best thing, you need to give your mind a break from the books and to go out, and just go out, even if your friend, go out and go for a walk, go for a run, just something to get away from your studies. Like I said, not everyone has to play with Dublin or anything. It's not about that. It's just about keeping active and keeping healthy. So don't be letting the lockdown stop you from practicing your skills. All you need at home is a ball and a wall, ideally outside as well. So you can set yourself a challenge, be 15-30 seconds to see how many hand passes you can get off the wall. So seeing how many you can get, right hand, left hand, the time, and then you can change it up and use your kick passing as well. Using right foot, left foot, see how many you can get. And then to make the challenge a bit more difficult, you can introduce the 2 footballs. So it's very good for your hand-eye coordination. And again, right hand, left hand, how many you can get. And then with the kicking as well, right foot, left foot. Or you can even be passing back and forth between a family member outside, and again, seeing how many you can get with your hand passing and your kick passing.
My name is Sene Naupo, and I am from Oamaru in New Zealand, and I play rugby. Oamaru was a really small town. I absolutely loved it. My primary school was a relatively small school. I managed to get my homework done. I liked homework. I really liked my homework. I was, to be honest, I was a very outdoorsy child. When I was younger and decided to give rugby a go, I loved it. I made so many amazing friends, and I even met my husband through rugby. And we ended up moving to Ireland on the other side of the world, to Galway originally. We fell in love with the place, I think, because it reminded us of where we grew up in New Zealand, which is quite funny, I think. And we live in Dublin now, where my club is Old Belvedere Women's Rugby Club. And I was really fortunate to make and I worked really hard though, don't get me wrong, worked very hard to make the Leinster squad as well. So it was an amazing honour. And, you know, a couple of years later, I never would have expected it, but I was very fortunate to captain the side. And with that captaincy role comes more responsibility. And part of that is to make sure that you get the best out of your teammates and that you create an environment that your teammates and yourself can just thrive and enjoy, but also that they, you know, challenge themselves, that we challenge each other as well to be better people and better athletes. And all of the squad, all of the women are fantastic. And I've been just grateful that we won the championship in the last 2 years. I set myself a goal of wanting to wear the green jersey for Ireland, and after a number of years working hard towards that goal, I was incredibly honoured to represent Ireland in rugby 15s. My first Irish 15s cap was a special moment. When I first wore the green jersey of Ireland, I felt immense pride.
Come the day and come the hour.
Oh God, sorry. Wearing the green jersey of Ireland was actually quite emotional. It was, I was immensely proud, to represent Ireland and to fulfill the duty that comes with the responsibility of earning that. Oh my God, sorry. Wow, I can't believe I'm crying. I'm still emotional about that first time putting the green jersey on. Super emotional. Certainly a very, very proud moment to represent Ireland, to represent my family as well, and where I come from, and the privilege it is to play in a World Cup. And in 2015, we won the Six Nations Championship, but it hasn't always been plain sailing for me. When I was younger, I experienced, body image issues and, depression. And it was a really tough time. And, it's probably something at the end of the day that I'm really thankful for, because now I'm so motivated to achieve my dreams and my goals, and it's something that I'm grateful that I can help others now. The fact that I've been through it myself, and not everyone will go through it. It's everyone's different and everyone copes with it their own way. I'm also involved in an organisation called Bodywise, and they are a national charity, the Eating Disorders Association of Ireland, and we offer support networks to those affected by eating disorders and or families of those affected by eating disorders as well. And we have a range of services available, whether it's online and by phone, and we also have a self-help app as well. It's something I'm incredibly grateful and proud of in terms of overcoming some really difficult challenges in my life when I was younger. And, it's something, if you're going through anything challenging in your life, it's always possible to get through them and to overcome them and to achieve your dreams as well. So my advice to anyone who is going through a difficult time is to be brave and ask for help. It's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to ask for help.
Hi, my name is Michelle Teen.
Hi, I'm Aoife Norris.
And we're part of the Kilkenny Camogie senior team.
And we're the All-Ireland 2020 champions.
It's something that brings you so close to somebody, like you don't realise it's hard. Even like winning and losing, like you both are feeling, like everybody on the team is feeling the exact same. So you can actually confide in each other and like you know you're not alone in it. So it kind of brings you closer together. Like we lost, how many All-Irelands was it? 2016. We won. 2017 we got to the All-Ireland, we lost. 18 we got there and we lost. 19 we got there and we lost. And then finally 2020 we got there and we won this time. Yeah. So all those losses kind of just helped and brings everyone together. It's a special bond, isn't it?
When you spend so much like time with the team and training, it's nice then to finally get over the line when it all comes together, and yeah, it's a unique feeling, definitely.
Pretty magical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Out comes Michelle Tehan. Fine puck out again from Aoife Norris. Ball is not cleared. There's an opportunity. Good work. Full marks for Michelle Tehan. It's a chance here, half blocked down. It's Kilkenny searching for space anywhere. And Kilkenny have just won the All-Ireland Senior Camogie title. Now look at the joy. Now you know what it means to Kilkenny people to win an All-Ireland Senior Camogie title.
The friendship, I suppose, is the main thing. Like, you make friends for life, definitely.
The people you meet, definitely, and they're very similar people too. Like, your interests are very similar. Yeah. The dedication it takes too, they're putting in the same work, and that means a lot, I think.
Yeah, you definitely become closer as a group, and you learn life skills, I suppose, of being involved in a team that you mightn't get the opportunity to learn in other aspects of life. So definitely friendship and
team play as well. But I'd even say not even sport, like anything you're interested in, if you go and get involved in it, you'll find people that are very similar to yourself, and you'll make those friendships, which I think is really special. And I definitely think that's what kind of makes us stay in the game, because we have those people around us that are similar to ourselves, and you kind of want to do it for each other as well as yourself, so that really helps.
I suppose it's your peer group, who are your friend, like your circle of friends. Like if everyone is going training on a Wednesday evening, you're going to want to go. Like you're going to want to be involved and part of the fun, really.
At that age, it is for enjoyment. So yeah. I think it is more peer group. So if your peers are doing it, you're going to want to do it more. But I think it's also okay to know that you don't have to just do what your friends are doing. You will make more friends if you go along. It's hard at the initial stages to go and like if you don't know many people, but it really does pay off. You do make friends for life. Like Aoife's from Pilltown and I'm from Kilkenny town. Like we wouldn't have met each other if not, and we're close friends now.
Aside from the sport, I suppose it's just the health and well-being side of what sport brings would have brought me towards doing PE as a career, basically. So that's why I chose to go into PE and maths, and then it was maths because it's a contrast and I like it. But
I think it even shows in the game that we both picked PE as our best subject. I think our favourite subject. I think that has a lot to do with being involved with the sports. We loved going into PE class and participating because we were used to it on the training field. So I think that definitely helps. But yeah, now we both picked the same. Actually, remember we met? We were queuing up. It was on orientation day in DCU in college. I met Aoife in the queue then for registration.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what course she was doing or anything yet. And we were like, oh, well, how are you? And then we were asking about what course we're doing, and she said she was doing PE and maths, and I was like, oh my God, me too. And I just had a sigh of relief. I was like, I know somebody here, I know somebody's doing it. So I think it just shows that, that even without even discussing it, it still brought us together, and we knew that we both were interested in the same course, and now we're living together, so the rest was history.
A rower's favourite place is to be rowing out in the water. But sometimes if it's bad weather, it's too windy, the water's a bit too rough, we might try and do our training on a rowing machine. In the boat, your shoes are fixed, so you're strapped in and you're attached to the boat by your feet. Sequencing is really important in rowing. You go legs, body, arms. So it's really important to get your sequencing right and that you don't pull with your arms first, but you push with your legs. Olympic rowers that are training for racing at the Olympic Games could spend hours on this machine every week, but it's really good then for your fitness when you get back on the water. You know you'll be able to make the boat go faster. For rowing, you need lots of fitness, but also lots of strength. We do a lot of work to strengthen up our legs, then our arms, but also our core. So we do crunches, planks, sit-ups. Then we'd also do a lot of mobility work to make sure you can get into a good, strong position at the front of the stroke and hold strong at the finish. It really is a full body workout. One of the core exercises we do in rowing that kind of emulates the rowing stroke is you come down into your seated position and then see, can you sit back and lift your feet, okay? Now from here, bring your knees in and your hands out. Then bring your legs out and your hands in. Out, in. It's harder than it looks. See how many you can do.